equipment say that. hmm See who is on. It's not my usual time, but I'll see who shows up. Got a little extra bit of technology and understanding. No, don't do that. Don't do that, stupid thing. So we're gonna try it out. It's playing a short of somebody else. I could just play Zay's music, but for the purposes of this, I'm going to use my tool so I can see the chat. Your technology, understand? Yes. No, don't do that. And I play somebody else's background music twice. That's great. Okay. Hi, whoever's out there. Went to the Walmart, got me some fresh supplies. Hi, Vibrant Style. I've been demoderating my channel, so after I'm done, I'll go through the feed and, um, you know, because I'm trying to bring new people in. So for the purposes of that alone, but I think as soon as I turn around and get whatever people, it's gonna be back to same old business because I really like being able to click through to other people's channels. Like that's a really good part of it. So I've got a little bit of a tool here with my iPad. So and I got some new neon colors, fresh paintbrushes, little canvases, big canvases. This is actually a repaint, but so here we go. Today I got a couple ideas and a spiritual prompting. So the prompting is repentance. So if you're just stopping through, that's cool with me. Thank you for all the support you always give me, especially you, Vibrant Style. You're so awesome to me. I really don't count the term spiritual, like spiritual mothers, people that are supposed to be watching after you. I don't take it lightly when I find somebody like got that same heart. So I appreciate all that you do for me. I appreciate all your support on here. I'm gonna go ahead and set into this. So with these neon colors, you really want to make your bottom layers as dark as you can. So whether you're trying to do a landscape or you're trying to do a person or an animal or anything, like you want to make sure that your very base colors are the darkest and it works its way up to the light so that you can use these bright neon colors as kind of like accents that will help out. So on that wise, I'm gonna throw some black on some canvases. Keep my eye on the goings on in the chat. Feel free to talk back soon. I'll have a robot, and that will make it a lot more interesting. I learned about this one called Fuzabot. I'm just waiting for my friend to get a hold of me about how to set it up. Then it's on. I'm ready. That thing was so cool. It was telling jokes and everything. Hi DJ. Welcome back. Welcome back. So today I got fresh paintbrushes, fresh canvases, a little bit of everything, and skin tone because I for some reason ran out of skin tone. Probably because I'm always trying to use it to blend. And I'm just doing a random bunch of paintings kind of thing. So then when I get orders, somebody wants something, I'll just throw them in as a little bonus, or be able to have them for a certain coffee shop I have, where she'll probably just buy whatever, but especially flowers and coffee cups, stuff like that. She'll turn around and buy them from me on commission, and then when she gets a payout, I'll get like a little percentage of it. But to be honest, this lady's amazing, so I'd pay her anything. Well, hi, Nisha. So yeah, I've been demodding my channel, so nobody get offended if this time or next time you come in and you're not don't have a wrench. It's just to bring in people because I really want our community to grow bigger and set the table for everybody. So Hi, Nichuli. So I just see people that aren't modded. Don't think nothing of it because I'm not gonna have not one wrench left. It's just a very near thing. So, but just so I really want to bring new people into our community, and I don't want anybody to get overlooked in all this. And I know you guys won't, but my mind is not always on the chat as much. And but as soon as I is if this works or if it doesn't, honestly, I'm gonna probably re-wrench everyone because I really like the way that you can link through and see everybody. Thank y'all for coming in. Ooh, no. Your last year's model? That's gonna no. Block? No, I can't block it. I gotta address Nightbot. Um Time him out forever. Ha ha ha. No, I just need to work on it. I don't know why they do stupid stuff. Y'all so sweet, taking care of each other, saying hi to everybody. So thank y'all for being members in this community. It's really a beautiful thing. It's really inspired me to want to do this so much more. Want to do anything I can to reach out and help people. Like you guys' heart in this is what really makes me act like a cheese ball all the time. Absolutely admirable. So the message today is repentance, and I'll probably break into that after we get done with this little bit of hanging out, checking out what's going on. Or you say fellowship. So again, this whole moderator thing is just an efforts to bring new people in. I don't want anybody to be intimidated. So eventually I'll have not one wrench left. So but it's not out of disrespect to anybody. And at the end of the day I'm probably gonna end up changing it back. Just because I like how everybody can link through to each other and check out each other's channel when you're in moderator mode. But the downside though is that somebody comes in here that doesn't know anything about the whole culture, and they're really intimidated by a moderator. So to see every single name blue is like, oh, I don't want to talk. When that could be somebody that could be down there supporting you guys' chats. Could be, I mean, let alone just sitting here and watching me paint, learning something. I don't know. I just don't want to. I just always want to be challenging myself, whether it's YouTube or painting or whatever. So with these neon paints that I got today, the real key is setting the dark base and not having so much glare on the camera. Yeah, that's probably key too. Is setting the dark base so that you have use the neon as like a highlight. So you work from the darkest to the lightest color. Even with this tool, I'm not really able to watch the chat and watch the canvas. I could like put it up on the thing. That would be something. But I don't even think I mean, I might put my backup account as a moderator at the end of the day, but I just don't know then. It's like I'd rather kind of people just run their mouths. It's okay. I mean, especially if that means that somebody who's actually interested in, is actually about it is being overlooked because of, whatever. I'd rather people just be able to run their mouths than be intimidated and that person not feel like they could speak up. So yeah. So today's message. What's up, twins? Welcome, welcome. As I said about moderation, okay, I've gone into a lot of that. Now, that being said, I also appreciate what all of you do because I've watched multiples of you, if not in your own life, but otherwise, that you're good about moderating the chat on your own, or that you're good about picking moderators that are good at their jobs. And I fully do appreciate what moderators do because it's all over the place. Depending on the chat, it's all over the place. And the kind of people that come over there are all over the place. And what the host wants is all over the place. But you guys are accommodating. And everywhere I've seen you, you do the like and subscribe. You do just little things that might seem little, but they're not so little, you know. Not to mention having an engaged audience. That definitely makes the thing more attractive, I'll tell you. So thank y'all very much for coming in. Thank y'all very much. I hope you understand my moderation thing. Okay. So I'm just kind of going with it today. I have a rough idea of what I want to go with. Um, but pretty much like I was just gonna not have a message, but then the spirit prompted me with repentance, just that one word. And so I went to the Bible and it was the same that I've been getting, which is, put on clean clothes and go and do my work. Whichever way I open the Bible, it's like that's the message. So I guess I should just go with my heart and share like personal experience of things that I've repented from and what repentance looked like in those cases, and maybe why, I don't know, like why I put myself through so much harder. Honestly, a lot of the things that I repented from, I pushed myself into it. Like I wanted to not be like that anymore ever, you know. And I had to suffer consequences for certain things. So I guess I'll just start with like when I was little, after all the shit that I went through. I'm sorry, I cussed. I really am trying to watch that. I'm super bad about it. After all the stuff that I went through as a kid, I was feeling really powerless and I didn't know what to do. And so one thing that I could do, because I prayed for it, was I could go to this karate class. Well, this karate class, like the people started to reject me after a while, and so I needed something else. Like I needed some sort of fulfillment. And so I really dumbly, honestly, turned to stealing stuff. I would just steal from everywhere because it was something that I had power over. You understand? And the more that I stole, the more my karma got bad. And I say that like that because that's how it's coming out. I guess the more I stole, the more stuff would disappear. The more people would steal from me. The more it was like okay to lie to me and all sort of things that haven't happened at all since I've repented. Like it doesn't happen, and if it does, it stands out so much more. So, for me, my repentance looked like when I finally started to turn that way. Then I like threw away the things that were stolen. I tried to go back through and help before I got caught, but it was still like it was like an addiction. Like it was like the one thing that I had power over. So if I had a chance, I was in there stealing. Eventually, my mama called me, and I told her that I got that shit from my friends, and so I ended up getting my friend in trouble too. Um, but not so much because I just had to come out and say like I stole mom. And so she took me back to the shop and she turned me into the police, and I ended up on probation for the remainder of my juvenile years. Like I was on probation. Now that still didn't really stop me getting caught. Um, didn't stop me. I was still up and stealing everything I could get my hands on, and at this point I had also taken classes about it and everything and learned about what's it called, oh shoot, kleptomania. I learned about this a little bit more, but I was still a kid and I really didn't understand what was going on inside of me. So one day I'm at the Walmart and I'm on my way out the door, and and the ringer goes off. I was already on probation. If I was gonna get caught, it was the meaning to go to big boy jail, or at least like juvenile hall, not just a program. So I was already on probation, and right when that ringer went off and the security guard started towards me, somebody from the church came up behind me, just out of nowhere. Like she must have been an angel, and she says no, Kevin's fine. He's with me. He's not gonna steal stuff. And so the guy didn't even look in my pockets. And I got out of there and I cried my head off. I screamed. It hurt like a lot that she would risk even her own freedom to support some idiot like me. What's up, Zay? What's up, J Royal? What's up, twins? Thank y'all for being here. That she would come out of the woodwork and even risk her own freedom, standing up for me and saying, "No, Kevin's a good guy. He's not stealing." And so after she did that, I never stole it again. That was it. I never stole it again. I never stole it again. And any time that, like, and I still would get blamed for stealing, I would still, I'd still get blamed for the stuff from time to time, even in my family, even out in public. I'd have people follow me around, and I still do now. But that, part of that's just the culture. But for me, that repentance from that series of events, kind of looked like anytime I'm asked for something, I tend to give it, and it makes me weak. But I've watched. I mean, it might seem like it makes me weak, but I've watched how when people take advantage of that, it doesn't last very long. Like I have to do whatever he says to do, and if they take advantage of it, then it it turns around and backbites them quick. And I mean, and this and giving God all my money and my materials and saying like I'm not trying to have stuff that's not mine. And so I went through as part of that repentance and purged everything that was even remotely stolen. If it was just even if I didn't steal it, like anything. Whew. And so and through this too, I started to have less and less faith in material stuff because I saw like you can move, you can leave stuff places, like you can't really treasure things on this earth because they could be gone like that, you know. And all this is dreaming back to God for real every time. April Fools, welcome nobody. I hope you ain't quitting YouTube. So through this repentance and this process, I purged myself and purging myself from the friends that were doing that. I thought it was cool, purging myself from everything that even looked like that and trying to get closer to God. Um, that after that lady claimed up for me, I pretty much didn't want to steal anymore, but I was still followed around all the time. And falling away from me. Like if I really treasured something, then it was gone. I mean, it was already gone. Whether it was a shirt, whatever it was. So, um, but I just kept wanting forgiveness from God, and He told me that my sins were as far away from me as east is west, and that went for everything that had happened to me, not just the stealing, but everything that I admitted to Him. And so I admitted it to Him, and I admitted it to Him, and I asked Him to forgive me. I didn't mean to hurt nobody, and I tried to. He's a good God, so He led me to understand why I was doing these things. You know, and so that was admitting it, and then repentance looked like every time I'm asked, I tend to do it. But that it doesn't mean I'm weak in any way because I'm telling you, people don't get away with much. For real, don't you can't take advantage of God. You can't, and He be exposing people in that too. But on the flip side of all that process, now if I have something, it's mine, and it doesn't disappear. And like I'll be losing stuff in the beginning of this, I'd be losing stuff, and it would just appear back to me, or I'd be, you know, just everything that He's given me, it doesn't leave. Unlike when I was stealing. So I think that seeing that little walkthrough might show the character of it, I guess. I'm really kind of nervous about being live right now because I want to come with something real for you guys, but I don't want to over God you because it's not really about like how religious I am or anything. It's really about God. It's really about that you have a relationship with the one that made you. That's really what it's about for me. That's what this painting's about. That's what everything's about. Heck yeah. Plus about that community. Hence, I'm back to the moderator thing. Yeah, so don't think nothing when everybody's demodded. I'm just trying to get more people into my very small channel, but I think the world of my community, or else it wouldn't be even worth this. I mean, I wouldn't have probably had one mod if I didn't have a dope community around me. I mean, you guys are above and beyond for real. I'm taking notes for real. What do you say? What do you say? Do, 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 do. God first. That's it. And so if there's things in your life, and whether it was and lying's another good example. Um, so I used to lie a lot because it's kind of a trap. You tell the first lie, and then you can't remember the first lie, so you have to tell a second lie to back up the first lie. And before you know it, you're telling lies about everything. And so I used to be a liar. I'd lie about everything. I'd lie about anything. But part of that too was that my truth sounded so freaking strange to people that they were sure I was lying anyways. So why not? So I'd just make up stories. I just do what I wanted. But in all that, I didn't have any strength in my words anymore. After a time, every time I talked, they thought I was lying, whether they knew me or not. And my words were worth nothing. So when I said something, nobody was listening. When I said something, nobody was listening, and when I wanted to stand up for somebody, nobody was trusting that I would actually stand my ground because I couldn't even tell the truth on the stupidest things. And the rest of my story sounded like lies to them because they couldn't tell one from the other. I mean, I've told you guys a little bit of my story, and it's pretty intense. I mean, I've had witches for therapists. I've had all kinds of crazy stuff. I've been in and out of different types of programs, jails, all kinds of crazy stuff has happened since I've been on this walk. And when I was lying, nobody would believe any of that. But through my repentance of lying and telling the truth, while at times I've lost friends, I've had people turn against me. I've had people take me wrong, absolutely wrong. Like I'll say what I mean, and then it's like pulled out of context and used as an attack point. I've had all kinds of crazy attacks on this exact thing just to test my resolve, but I tell the truth, and God gave me truths like stuff that I can't talk about, truths as a reward for that. And He always kept me, even when I was tried the most. When it came to my word, He always kept me. Even when people didn't believe me at all, He always kept me. He always made sure that I knew that He knew I wasn't lying. So I went through my life, and doing my thing and having a kid, and I went through my divorce, and I'm sitting in jail after she falsely accused me of crazy stuff, like tied her up and took her phone, insane stuff, and through all that, I didn't lie. And so I'm back in the jail cell, and I'm just like just got done with court, and I'm seeing that they're actually going to lower charges on me, and it doesn't look good in my county because this whole state is after fathers' rights. Like they're not good on fathers' rights, so it's not really looking that good to me. And I just yelled out to God. I was just like, if you know that you're putting me through this for a reason, then then I want to see this particular friend. If you know that I'm not lying, like I want to see her, I want to be able to call her, and I'm sending out different messages in that, like, if this is really your truth and what you're really putting me through, and it's not me just misseeing or mistelling a situation so that it seems like it's her fault or something crazy. Like if this is really you, then I want to see this person. And it was my friend Dorothy, who passed a little bit ago. And so go on towards the night, and my eye just starts getting worse and worse, and they give me a Harry Potter book and a Bible. So I'm reading my butt off, and all of a sudden I hear my friend, and I hear her before they even get her in the cells, and she's just cracking up with the jail tenders. She just, man, yeah, man, he's been good, she's having a good old time with the jail tenders. And then in she walks, and it was the exact friend that I had asked for. And so I'm like, oh boy, like I hate that she's in here. Maybe I should watch my prayers, you know what I mean? Um, and and so it got a little bit darker, and the guards calmed down and everything, and I called out to her, and she was like, Kevin, like, what are you doing here? And and then we talked for just to have a second, and then they told us to shut up. But I just thought that was so amazing that like even God will say, like, yeah, I'm not lying, you know. Just who's really listening sometimes is a different subject entirely. But and I think that has something to do with that force that we have in this chat too. It has to do with the force of being a truth teller. For real. I think that's part of what draws us all together. Because it's not always pretty, but it's always needed. So yeah. So how's everybody's day going? That's about the end of my repentance sermon for the day. I hope that I hope it's got through to somewhere, and wherever the Holy Spirit is pointing out that you need repenting, whatever it is, just know that that's not me. That's that conviction of the Holy Spirit. All glory back to God, you know. And there is light on the other side of that repentance too. It's not just all down in the rough. What am I making? This one's gonna be a pirate. I'm not sure about the rest of these. They're just kind of freehands to throw into my orders or to they're put at the coffee shop. But probably gonna be flowers and coffee, things like this. I've got these really bright neon colors today. Fresh paint canvases and fresh paint brushes, nice and white. Look at that. It looks like it's been washed out and everything. So yeah. So yeah, I think that is about the end of my sermonizing. Y'all got any thoughts on this? There is a light at the end of repenting. Anybody? Why not? I just had that paint. I'm always losing paint. It's ridiculous. I need to just watch the way I talk though. Cause I'm manifesting things. Well, that is kind of wild though. There it is. So yeah, this one's gonna be a pirate with the bright neon kind of colors. I can see the chat without going up like this, which is good because I glare. Word. Difficult, but worth it on the other side of it. Like there is a reward, and although you're not really doing it, it's all about getting right with God, of course. I'm saying like He does reward you. Like take hope, it does end. There is a day when you're not a liar anymore. There is a day when you're not a thief. That you can actually hold on to things. There is a day when you're representing what He wants you to represent, or whatever the case is. So I've had that too. Had to repent of it, like being too loose with my tongue. Like I'd be giving the wrong advice, things like this. That's really serious business when He's anointed you to a position. It's really serious business. Like so, I've had to get better and better at it, and not saying things that I don't mean. You know, Not just frivolous thoughts, but frivolous actions. I don't know, different things like that to improve the strength of my word, and so the message can come out clear. Which of course is even in hell, even in hell, get right with God, man. Get right with God. Get right with God. That's it. Whether this is the end of the world or this is just the start of this chapter or whatever's going on in the world, whatever's going on in your personal life, get right with God. And the clearer I can get that in, the better, right? So yeah, I'm gonna try to make a pirate face. And then I'll probably get on the modding issue thing, whatever. But I don't really, it's not that I even care about the moderation issue. It's not that I even care because, like, I think that somebody has too much power. I think somebody's going to throw off the wrong impression. Like, it's just not about those. You guys do solid every time. I've not had a live yet. I've had, like, one live where there was one of you guys cussed, and that was it. That's amazing. I think I have cussed more than you guys. I have talked about things that were darker than you guys have. Really, this is 100% about getting new people in. 100%. And if I was doing this on my own, first of all, it would have taken me a lot longer. Without you guys supporting me, it would have taken me a lot longer. And if I was just doing this on my own, like I would be modding all of you up anyways to do your jobs that you do, which is how most of us met, being good moderators and watching after people and putting in the information. So you know, help the host communicate with the customers or the people, whatever the word is. Do 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 do. Human. Well, probably human. Maybe end up being a pirate with his face coming off. Who knows? Really no telling. I'm glad that you guys are human though, while we're on the subject. What if it turned out that one of us was a robot? That would be funny, right? Like we didn't even know. We saw him live and everything. It was just all AI generated. The only day could come. They're not quite there, maybe, but they're close, aren't they? So yeah. I knew it, Zay. Something in his eyes. Got them shifty eyes. Oh no, it's Fraggle Rock. It says something in his eyebrows or something. I gotta get back. No, I'm glad you're not AI, bro. So yeah, this one's definitely human. Um, I plan on going back through this like a billion times, of course. Put that brown paint off the other canvas. I don't think that this will sell at the coffee shop, but and definitely it'll definitely sell on the street. People like anything weird, dude. Henry Baker. That's how not with that I am, is I have no idea what you're talking about. See. So I'm not really good with portraits, as I showed, but I do want to practice that again soon. There's this lady called Goals Are For You. Very supportive, and everywhere I've seen her, I don't, I've not been part of her channel for a long time or anything. I just recently found her, but she's all about supporting her son and how he plays music, and he's awesome for. He plays violin, piano, like crazy good, and he's way better at guitar than me, but maybe not so advanced that I can't like learn something. And he just goes with it. He's good at reading music and all sorts of things. Great person to catch if you haven't ever been there. Of course, it'd be easier to shout people out if I could um have them all be moderators, because then you jump around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm really conflicted about it. I'll tell you the truth, but in the end, if I end up scaring a couple more, yeah, that's what I'm going for. If I end up getting a couple more people in here that otherwise may have been intimidated, it's not like I'm worried about everybody just muting everybody that comes in either. Because you guys have never done anything close to that. But I just really want to, I just really want to challenge myself. If I'm telling you the truth. This board probably has like a pound of paint on it. I think I've repainted this one 3 times, and then the human face underneath it is not so good. Hi, Snowy. How are you doing? Goals for you. So this lady. Matter of fact, I kind of want to like mod up everybody so you can see, and then unmod. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Yeah. because I can just go at the end of this live and go through and unmod everyone. All right. Just because this is definitely one of the people that I'm trying to bring into. Um, this is definitely one of the people that I'm trying to bring into this. This goes for you. She is awesome. Oh, and the Kevin at the top is my backup account. So everyone at the moment is moderated. Going to jump over to goals for you and anybody else that comes in. So the next time that you come in, I'll just unmod everybody in this chat and it'll be okay. But this was the one last person that I wanted you guys to sub up to that I've got around me right now that's really awesome. If you guys get a chance to catch any of her lives, even if it's just her chilling on the couch like it was with me yesterday, she's definitely a good person, a very heartful person. I mean, the kind of people that I try to draw around in my real life walk in life, you know. So definitely check her out. And I've been watching her for a while. I mean, say we've been known maybe like a month or so, maybe a little bit more from a whole different chat, and then she ran into me in Joji's. I am now a standard moderator. Cool. I'm gonna sub you up on my iPad real quick. If it'll let me. No, maybe it won't. It's just 2 minute channel history. I don't want to see channel history. Nice. Welcome, Snowy. That's what I'm trying to get. You see, yes, I'm an artist. Sorry, it seemed like I was just going off on my own thing there. I wasn't trying to annoy you or nothing. Yeah, I think I put you as I'll go ahead and throw you as a moderator to while I'm thinking about it, so you can jump over there and check her out. Because I don't believe there's any kind of accidents. I do plan on demoderating my channel all the way, but for those of you who are watching, definitely just for this lady, this is one that I've been trying to introduce everybody to. I just haven't had a chance, I guess. So there we go. So right now I'm just doing basic stuff. This is not anything expert. I'm just kind of gonna start accenting the colors. So that means like the areas that I want to be lighter, I'm gonna start going through with lighter colors. So I got a little bit of off black and white on this brush. I'm just gonna kind of brush it off on one of the smaller canvases. Some of these I never know what's gonna the end looks like until I get to the end. So um, if y'all have any questions about the subject topic or anything like that, anything like that, feel free to speak up. If you have any personal experience you would like to share, or if you have any scriptures about these things, anything like this. Which, by the way, feel free to just spam my thing with copy and pasted. Nice. Do you have a channel, Snowy? Copy and pasted scripture. I will not mind that at all. I'm gonna try to paint. I don't really feel like I'm that talented at painting. It's kind of like I've learned by making a lot of mistakes, and luckily because I already got into hemp, I already knew the shortcomings of. Yeah. Oh well, don't be shy about nothing. I mean, if it'll help somebody out on their dark day, then why not? Yeah, yeah, Zay. You need some more drawing, bro. I think you could express yourself in a whole new way. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Absolutely gone, dropped out. But yeah, if it can help somebody on a dark day, that's why I'm on here anyways. I don't really feel like I'm that good at art, but I mean, I have that, what do they call it, artistic eye. You know, I see the whole world like a painting. but or I hear it all like a big song, but I just don't. I don't really feel like I'm crazy talented. But the things that I was good at painting, I kind of did that until it was dead in the dirt, and always tried to challenge myself in some little way. So like at first I was good at barns and structures and landscapes, and then I started adding in farmers and animals. And at first I was good at my paintings, like just basic faces like this. I was pretty all right at. Challenge myself, like what does a male look like? What does a female look like? Like how do you really there's just so many. I started noticing on people, like there's just so many little things. His kind of jack jaw there, and some it kind of makes him him. Where if I drew him more round, it would not really look like a pirate. It would just look like some dude in a eye patch. So I just messed up a lot, honestly. I never saw any of this coming until it hit me. I mean, literally, I didn't even come on here to do painting. It was just like one thing that I do on my own that I've always brought me strength, and so I brought it forward to these people who I started meeting on here, and you guys dig it, which I really love, and it's let me get a lot more beautiful art in and out to the world. Like I know that there's paintings that are bringing people joy right now that of friends that I've met on here, and I think that's really cool. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that helps me sleep. Hi, real life simulations. Um, I'm doing a special today only moderation status. So, in support of Miss Goals Are For You. But after this, I'm not gonna have a mod on here at all. It's just to support her and to support my friends here. I've really got an awesome community, but I don't want people to be intimidated when they come in the door because of all the blue. But after this, I'll probably just go through this chat and just eliminate every single moderator I can find. Just so next time somebody will feel free to speak up when they come through. Because a lot of people I figure are gonna find this channel by the same way that Snowy here found it, was just scrolling through. Um, if you haven't been to my channel before, I usually try to get whatever spiritual message, whatever message that the Lord's put on my heart to share. And sometimes it comes out really clear. Sometimes he's a lot stronger, it seems like. And sometimes I'm kind of screwing around. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting better. Growth in progress, and it's not always raining. But whether it's not raining or whether it is raining, I hope y'all are enjoying the content. I'm working on getting music too. Can't do it, of course, right now because I'm on this. Solid. Nice. My friend Mike does more anime or solid colors and scary faces and things like this. I really love that stuff. My cousin does, like, she's like 15 or something. And she's just gifted with it. I don't She could draw any character that her little brain puts in there, and it's all like anime, like that style of faces and all this. Yeah, I wish I no, I mean, she's definitely got skill, but I just never was amazing at that. I more just like to screw around with paint. But even if it's anime style, there could be somebody that wants to buy up whatever you got, man. And like I said, it would also on those dark days be something that could bring somebody some support, bring somebody something to watch besides the insanity that's going on in their life. Just saying, even if it's just you sketching. Yes, I'm painting my uncle. Maybe it's me, dude. Maybe it's me. What do you think, Zay? Does it look like me, bro? It does a little bit, but I couldn't get away with that little goatee, man. Yeah, me too. Though I was kind of the person that asked for help on the artwork. Yeah, always, always. And I mean, the more you mess up, the more you figure out how you messed up, you know. Make it rain. Looks like my great uncle. Yeah, could be. Who knows?
You up?
Yeah, just a second. my awesome supportive community. I already know. So sorry about that. My housemate, she's going to a concert tonight. She's had to say the last goodbyes before she's going to hop away. ZZ Top. ZZ Top. And she's going with the real hip lady. Friend of ours that we used to work with. She's just cool. Said if you could be anywhere in the world, I asked this lady, if you could be anywhere in the world, where would you rather be? And she said she would be in Germany at the hot dog festival where everybody walks around naked eating bratwurst. I said, what the hell? She said, yeah, just feel free. It's like a little old lady, you know. So yeah, I knew right there that was some hip kind of lady. But yeah, pretty wonderful lady I live with. And took me in after watching that how everything in my life fell apart. She just took me in, put it past her boyfriend, and as soon as I got out of jail, I had somewhere to be. Even when they had me on all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I wasn't even allowed to go back and get my stuff. But Leanne was right here. My friend was right here backing me up. I think that's another part of that repentance though. I think the stuff that I learned during that definitely made it plain to her that I was family and worth supporting. But it was pretty amazing actually. And it's been the most peaceful time in my whole life. Like this last I've lived here like 3 years now. It doesn't seem like that at all. And it's just I've not had anything that was too big for me. I always had somewhere to be back at was mine and peaceful. No drama. Yeah, pretty awesome. So if y'all start tuning in, sorry for the little bit of a delay there. I'm just gonna set back to work. Feel free to jump through. I appreciate it. I know how it goes. Everybody goes around all over the place on YouTube. It's kind of what we do. Hopefully my little bit of a message here hit you in somewhere good. Be more right, you know? More right, more true. You know? Y'all can hear me, y'all can see me. Ooh, tonight is a tribute to Santa Ana. Santana, I mean Santa Ana. That's two completely different people. Word. When are you going live again? When were you going live again, Nisha? Feel free to sub up to Nisha. She's one of my favorite people on here, period. I'm actually a little kids be teasing me actually because I'm so weird with Nisha because just I appreciate her character and just I've loved watching this whole thing because I mean we're pretty much both set on this whole building a channel thing on at the same time and we've been walking pretty mirror paths and she's always had my back on here in chat supporting people whatever the call of the day was. So yeah, and she does scripture and living as a young Christian. Pretty awesome, awesome channel she's building there. She's very true to it. She's not trying to act like she's above anybody. She doesn't know any better than you know. Um, and then her Bible reading is not a bunch of opinion. It's just her reading the Bible, you know. And if there's things, and if you catch her live reading the Bible, if there's things that you don't understand in it, there's other people or her that can walk you through it. So like different terms, different people's, different things, you know. Very supportive community. So yeah, and I'm gonna miss that for at least for a little bit until I get these new people in. Then it's gonna be a different ball game, you know. But I definitely like that we can all just link through. So we can just click right through and look at the other people's channels. So while we have that pulled today, I guarantee somebody else is gonna grab onto whoever I'm throwing out here. So thank y'all for being creators and putting something on here that's not just tarot card readers. I hope that what I do brings you a little bit of hope and gives you a little bit of courage to want to do this too. Spread a little more love in this world, and especially on YouTube, because there's a whole lot of stupid. Personally, I would really rather be going through the people's lives than what I usually find. I've found some pretty cool stuff recently. I say that, but my algorithm's been changing. Yeah, sucks. And sometimes though, Nisha, sometimes it's all I see, but then other times I don't see any of that. But then I see like, I mean, just people trying to come at religion. It just really goes underneath. It just really goes right through me when I see people misrepresenting God, and so it just really goes right through me. So I see that a lot too. Which, for the record, if you think you're any better than anybody else, then you don't really know Christ, do you? You haven't really been listening to all those teachings, huh? you know. So yeah, no, I have a messed up algorithm, and I would really love to have more of us doing what has kept us alive. That's done nodding. So I want to bring because I know that I have something. I have a table set before me, and so I want to make sure that it's so that people can come and be. I want to make sure that I'm blessing everybody at the same time, not just only my friends. But I'll cross that bridge in a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go along here and just kind of blend it a little bit. I'm trying to get a very much neon look by the end of it. I just wanted to get his jawline in there. So I'm gonna have a lot more bright colors by the end of it. This is just to get the basic underneath coat. I usually jump around from canvas to canvas too. I really don't tend to settle on one for very long. So I'll just jump to the next one and the next one. And so I have so many canvases set up. It looks like you got sunburn. Ooh. So yeah, if you are about something besides tarot card readers and messing with people's minds, especially things that are encouraging, especially in my case, things that are artsy. I love everything art, man. But to tell you the truth, whatever it is that is what a thing that brings you strength, like I said, in those dark times that you think can encourage somebody else, or you can use it as a medium to encourage someone else, then I'm there, dude. I'm there. And if you are a content creator and you subbed to me today, please jump through to my page and leave a comment so that the sub will stick. As with all these ones that you guys are subbing up, leave a comment so the sub sticks. Sometimes I be taking them. Yeah, me too. Music, as time and time again. That's like how God talks to me, and He'll get it through to me any kind of way He wants, and it be any kind of genre He wants. And I love it. I mean, I love all music really, but I tend to, I tend to just go with classic rock because I don't really, I don't know. It's like I really need something with a message, but I've not really ever found it. Hence why I need the culture. Yo, musical suggestions of good artists would be great. Yeah, definitely dig that. Because I just don't know. I just don't know. And my memory is so messed up sometimes. Yo.
So yeah, this is just me messing around in a little bit today. Usually, I mean, I have been doing better and better on having a structured message and a structured, thing going on, but today it's just kind of screwing around a bit.
I wouldn't want to be no pirate, for real. That life must have sucked. They had to stay at sea for months and months and months. Why, thank you. They had to, I mean, to paint your son. That's what I was saying right before you came in. I've got the screenshot and everything, but I'm gonna warn you now, I'm not that good at portraits, so that would be why I want to do it because I need the challenge. And he has such a unique face. I think it would be if I could just find that one thing about his face that makes it uniquely his. If I can just hone in on that, I think I can. I think I can manage. Um, yeah, I'm just working out like the physics of a violin in the frame and the angle that the camera's at, or the camera, the position the viewer's at. The little things about it, and the more the thought that I put into it, the better it comes out. This is a general rule. Abstract painting, yeah. I think I heard a term for like a rustic. I can't remember. There's a term for this type of painting. I'll get back to you when I figure out what it was. A friend of mine had said, yeah. Ooh, yeah, no, I forgot. It's gone. Horrible memory, sister. I'm telling you, sucks. So see, you know, you have to invest yourself when you're young. Thank you, man. Thank you for being so supportive. Yeah, thank you for being so supportive. Overall, like that's definitely why I'm involved in your channel. That's definitely why I actually spent time and talked with. That's definitely why I'm remodding my station for just this moment. Just to throw those couple other good friends of mine in there. I appreciate that. Like I first found your channel and then a bunch of friends of mine like Nichili and Coffee started coming in, and then I started seeing a lot of Tori's crowd, which I'm guessing means that you went in there. So, and then I think the algorithm just started sending us all in. I love to see that, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. Just being out here supporting each other. And it's your son's skill is amazing. And like while he's young, he's gonna be able to invest his brain in a way. He's gonna be already set to learning and things like this. Yeah, dude, he's ready. And the discipline the discipline in that guy, man, like he's like ready for the military of band performance. Like he's ready right now. I've seen you give him correction. I've seen how he takes correction. Dude, he's ready. Like he's more ready than I am for sure. Yeah, that's all where it's at. You want to get better at anything, you have to not take it so personally. You have to have that one layer of like I really care, but at the same time be like it doesn't matter. It's kind of a duality, but yeah, definitely already getting incredible at that. So if you're good at being corrected, then you're gonna be great at everything. Yeah, you told me that you performed in Carnegie Hall. That's such skill. Just whatever he decides to do with it, it's gonna be great. And he just got that heart. It's very evident. He just got that heart for just overall good people, just like you. It's just very plain. So, all right, switch off the pirate guy for a little bit. And my brush here. Well, whoever all is viewing this today, I hope y'all having a good day. Hope whatever you're doing it right. Like you're doing it for God, you know?
So on that note, that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. And get to work. Stop talking so much.
Mini performance tonight, Carlos Santana. I think you're like the last person on here that I really meant to get in with whatever, whatever's going on here. Kind of like Colony the Tribe. I feel like you're like the last person that I was trying to get a couple of my key supporters sub to. So, good timing today, because I've really been ridiculously nervous about the whole unmodding thing. But towards the end of this, there probably won't be anybody in here. Then I'll just knock that out real quick. Because it made somebody's talk up today already, so it's already kind of working. If there's any kind of paintings that you or any kind of concepts, any kind of ideas of things that you would like to see painted, or you'd like to commission me for painting, or you would like to like the face or a certain animal or anything like this that you would like to see painted, and maybe look at some of the aspects of the creature, some of the parts of it that will make it easier to paint. Or if you have any kind of arts that you've been encouraged to paint, I would really like to support that. Um, nice, thank you, man. I'd really like to support that. I'm really, 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 really in love with the idea that I can help somebody through this, and that would be confirming to me for sure. My friend EM2 says she gonna put some paintings up. Yeah, she's actually said she's horrible at painting and she's not gonna do it, but yes, ma'am. I love a heart broken with a new day coming out of the soul of the heart. Word. I'm gonna do that right now. Coming out of the soul of the heart. Ooh, the soul of the heart. That's such a beautiful expression. I want to make a song out of that. New day. Like I said, I usually just jump around a whole lot. And any kind of colors, I'll have to put more layers on to make them stand out more. And so at this series, I'm actually trying to use these neon paints. So at this point, I'm just doing the dark colors and then working my way to the brighter colors. So that same thing with this brighter color here, it might take me 2 rounds to really get a good solid color. So you see on this painting, it's kind of like the paint. I don't know. It's just like not really exactly like I'm trying to get. So as I go back through and put more and more layers and do a little bit more blending, it'll start looking more and more real, more and more what I'm trying to get. So if you do painting, then just keep at it, and it will end up turning out, or it won't. Honestly, I've spent a lot of time on paintings that are gone that I never wanted anyways. But just learning stuff like this one that it used to be was just a face that I just kept going over and over and over and over and over. Once I knew I was good at the eyes and the lips, then I move on to the forehead. How big this area is incredibly important. Like there's just so much more to learn in anything. So
set to your prompt here. Thank y'all for coming in today. Thank y'all for supporting me. You know, I had to jump away from the camera for like 10 minutes and everything. And I came back to see my lovely audience and just amazing people that I'm surrounded by on here. Absolutely just makes me have to believe that there's something going on bigger than YouTube right now. Like, there's got to be a reason that we're all being drawn to each other, honestly. And in my case, a lot of you guys have just straight looked highlighted. And in other people's chats and places that I did not expect to find myself, I found all of you. And I've really enjoyed this little bit of this last season where I've been more dedicated to this. It's brought me a lot of comfort. It's been a really weird winter, you know. But always being on here, and I mean, always being able to come on here and make somebody's day, or have somebody's back, or have somebody have my back. Like, just the overall friendships that I've been shown on here is just amazing. Just amazing. Thank y'all so much for being real, because there's way too much fake, dude. So I got to appreciate when I find real, right? Nice. I'm glad that you like the atmosphere. I have been trying to play some music, but I got copyright strike on 2 of my videos, so I'm a little more hesitant. The soul of the heart. Just trying to get the shape. I'll go back through with the white and the blue. It might just look like a flower at first, you know. Soul. How would you paint the soul? Ooh, that is a good question. I might just end up coming back to this one too. I know it's a small one, but I will make sure that this finds its way to you on here, off here, whatever you're up to. But I really like this prompt you give me, so I wanna really try it. Is it towards like of somebody who fell? Well, coming out with the sun ray and birds, etc. I feel so calm here, high pressure school. Nisha, you're amazing. You feel free to do whatever you need to do. I don't think the playback on this one will be that amusing. Just be me jumping around a lot. I think you pretty much caught the most of it, anyways. Like sunrise, well, coming out of the sun ray. Oh, it's you? Okay, cool. A heart broken with a new day coming out of the soul of the heart. Word. I like it. Jesus is yellow. Okay. Sun rays, sun rays. That is a lot of yellow. Should not have used that much yellow. Okay. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Like and subscribe, whatever they say. It's all about networking, And I could really use a change in my algorithm. I really could use a change of my algorithm. If you're a content creator here,
You like turtles? Oh man, goals. You remember that? Oh, you guys, I saw the strangest troll officially got the award for the strangest troll. Are you guys ready for this one? So I've seen all kinds of things in here. I've seen people that come in and just say Diddy over and over and over again. I've seen the classic N words spread across all those letters. I've seen everything I thought I have ever seen. This guy came in. What was this? Something gloves. Something gloves. This guy came in and he was the only person chatting, and he just says, "Do you have any gloves? Disposable gloves, nitrate gloves?" And he just goes through like three, four different kinds of gloves. And Goals here was like, no. No, we don't really have any gloves, man. I mean, we do, but I'm not trying to take them out. They're for cleaning. And he's like, I like gloves. Please, please let me see them, please. It's like begging her. Yeah. Sam Gloves. Yeah. He officially won the title, dude. Well, I thought. I mean, it's next to Pickles, of course. Pickles is the strangest troll because that thing is so. It's just so original in its trolling. Like, I can't even hate that. It's like special intended level of hatred for everyone. But so definitely Sam Gloves is a second on the pick on to Pickles alone on the strangest trolls I've seen. I don't know if you ever had Pickles in there. Probably not. He's. I hope he subbed then. Oh man. Yeah, that was strange. There's this one guy I follow. I it's not coming off my head. I mean, I just can't remember right now. I'm gonna do a prompt on his page though. I'm gonna do a community post on his page though. But I met this guy and he has the strangest trolls come into there. But their Pickles is gone. No. That was so funny. Yeah, dang, I lost track of thinking about Sam Gloves. Oh, he has the strangest trolls, and they'll come in and be super intense. They'll be like, "I really appreciate your choice to step out of, to stand out about your sexuality." Out of nowhere, and he's like a kind of, I mean, he looks like a mixed version of me or whatever. He kind of holds himself a lot like me. So I dug him in the first place because I was just like dead scrolling one day and I found his page, and he was just getting got after by this profile that was like a older black guy. And so this guy was just going after him. Do you know this name? Do you know this name? You don't know that person. You don't know anything. And was like getting political, was getting historical or whatever. And the host was just like, man, this is pretty funny. You should just keep going. And that guy just did not stop the whole time. And that's how I found this all gas no brakes. But yeah, he still every time he goes live, he gets the strangest, most intense trolls. But they didn't have nothing on Sam Gloves though. That was pretty special. Hi, J Royal. Yeah, take your gloves off to double tap. Yeah. About that. Dude, for real, I should probably be wearing gloves. My hands are always covered in paint and I can't imagine it's very good for my system, but yeah, that was crazy. Y'all got any wild YouTube experiences? Um, I'm gonna end up putting a person on this tire here and working my way back up to that heart. Sometimes I get intimidated off by paintings, like I'll get so far into it, and then it's like I'm afraid to complete it, kind of thing. Like I'm afraid to touch it because the closer done you are, is the more you can screw up.
you can screw up. So I'd be more careful sometimes. But so I just had to push myself through that. Otherwise, I can get all figured out. I can get all messed up. I had a guy that said, "Hey, goals. I'm trying to put myself out there," and my mod said, "Well, Brad, I suggest you tuck yourself back in the closet." Hmm. Yep. His mod told him that? That's horrible. Man, I really appreciate a good moderator for real. Your channel got some good moderators too, Goals. You, yeah, your mod. Oh, you have one mod? You have, I can't remember. I know it wasn't very many. Yeah, you are. Thank you. You could have left by now. I don't really get offended about things like that. Like you were saying, there's a lot of space to cover. There's a lot of people that we encourage, and I definitely draw in the kind of people that run around encouraging people. So, like, I'm definitely not self-obsessed enough to think that that means anything to me personally. My whole reason for getting on here uh, is to get the message out there, so people can get some hope when they go through their shoot. Well, I love that you got to spend so much time here. I love that you get to hang out with me for today. This is cool. You cool lady too. I really like coaching. My mom wasn't so good. Well, I can't say my mom. My mom was great at coaching. She taught me a lot about painting and a lot about singing, which is two things that she's really good at. She also taught me a lot about business management, and she taught me a little about finance. So like how to you know deal with money in a way. But like I don't feel like I really got through the lessons because I was such a hard head when I was a kid. But but she also, we did not have that intense of a relationship until I was an adult that she could actually sit down with me and do like music like you do with your son. It's pretty awesome. I have a relationship pretty deep with my son. It's all about what he's into though. Yeah. Yeah, my mom is pretty awesome. Yeah. And she's one of these that she's like, here's my thoughts. Like the other day, somebody had mentioned her in here, and then she just showed up in here. It's like if I'm thinking on her too long, or I'm like worried and I'm worried about her or something, and I ask God that she call me, then she does. It's like we're always in tune like that. And personal boundaries as an adult is a real thing. Like there's certain things that we can't talk about, even though we can talk about everything. But there's just certain things we don't talk about with each other because it will stir up pots that don't need to be stirred. Things like this. Yeah, I have a very awesome relationship with my mom. She lives a little bit far away from me, so I don't really get to see her crazy ton. Joey speaks 3 languages, but he's so humble about like he doesn't like hold himself like he's a rock star. Like you have to push him to even make him look at the camera a lot of times. But he speaks 3 relation or he speaks 4 religions, 4 religions, 3 languages. Well, my brain's all over the place. That's cool. And homeschooling, man, I can't imagine homeschooling. My kid's at school right now, and we tried on like first grade kind of thing, but when it was all me doing it and I was also working it all the time, it was just like not a thing that I could stand up, and it wasn't really fair to him too because he needed that social bit from somewhere. Um, but yeah, we tried it at the very beginning. Pretty much have to do some kind of home teaching beforehand because the school just starts off with some crazy stuff. But the social aspects is what he really needed, which is like the whole reason my son's in regular school. Wow, GPAs, and he has a big social life and groups. Nice.
4.0 grade point average. Japanese, Spanish, and Italian. They're like different. Well, Japanese is much different than Spanish and Italian. From what I've understood, if you get the Latin, it's like it makes all that easier. Like you break down English words in the same way you break down the Spanish word or any of that. But yeah, Japanese is a whole different bag, dude. Well, good on him.
That definitely has a lot to do with your coaching. It really does. Yeah.
Just kind of shading in, make it look like a purple, bring a little bit of the red from the back of the brush. I'm not sure what you can see and what you can't. Yeah, it looks pretty good, right?
My screen on my iPad is like 10 seconds delayed, but the chat is not the same ratio. But the image itself is like 10 seconds delayed, maybe less, just enough to get an echo.
So maybe that's even 3 seconds, but nice. That's so cool for you. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the silhouette.
It's got stuff just sitting on the canvas. This first layer is just about get color on the canvas. I'll go back through and highlight with the original color, and it'll look so much brighter for doing that way. But it's gonna look kind of mustardy and weird at first. But just as long as I don't leave ridges of paint, that's what's most important. And the darker this is, all it needs to be solid colors, even if it's going to be a darker color, it needs to be solid and none of the image before it showing up and none of the canvas poking through. You want it as solid as you can, but without ridges.
So keep it close up if I can here. So this does not have a lot of ridges. Maybe this way will be better on the light. This is done about right. Needs a little bit more working out, but I vibe with you.
So you definitely don't want to just put more paint on the canvas and go from there. You definitely want to spread out the paint, even if it's a light coat, and just come back in about 10-15 seconds. It'll be a little bit more tacky dry and do it again. A little bit more tacky dry and 10-15 seconds from there and do it again until you get the desired color, until you get the desired effect, you know. But it's all about going back through and putting a little bit more and a little bit more. When I first started this, I didn't understand that, and so I ruined a lot of canvases just putting amazing amounts of paint on it. But yeah, no, it can't work like that. It just ends up making a mess. And yeah, exception maybe with blending. Although this is also with this type of painting. There's all kinds of different ways of doing acrylics. There's people that do like mountains. I've seen one painting that was a mountain look over like a valley with a little river in it, and it was all textured. So like there's all kinds of different way to do it. I've had some of these that I was able to use the mess ups before and use the lining before, like on that pirate with the eyes was actually from the previous painting that I whited over. And so I've seen all kinds of wild things, but definitely with using this kind of paint, you just got to make sure that you don't end up with ridges unless you want them to be there.
But you may, you may. She's seen it. You been to the Twins yet?
They're up in the feet a bit, but it's the TH3 Twins. It kind of looks crazy at first, right? So they're motivational. They they just you just got to see it. They would be playing around with money and then people come in and talk all kinds of crazy stuff and they just be like, "Get up, change your mindset," you know. They just kind of heckle a little bit too. I don't know. There's just something about these cats that we all kind of gravitated towards.
If you haven't checked them out, definitely worth chilling out. Yeah. Oh, it's you or your true friend.
Never mind all the hate. It's just yesterday's news. A lot of times it's just people trying to get you outside of your element so that they can make you look bad because they feel bad about themselves. And I know you didn't really share the whole situation, and I'm not asking anybody about it, and I don't really care. As far as if you're over it, I'm over it. But I know how YouTube people be acting stupid sometimes. But that was awesome and just hanging out with you. I always feel weird though when I'm the only one chatting. I'm glad that you don't feel weird because I'm really enjoying our little talk right now. And most of my regular viewers are.
Got busy lives going on. You had a big, you had a big moment. I mean,
It's not from what you were saying, and you didn't tell me the specifics, and I don't want to ask you to relive anything. But it sounded like somebody teed you off, and then you followed your heart and said some shit that you couldn't take back. So I mean, I really saw your humility in what you were saying because you were first of all you were like, Kevin's not the only one chatting. I know there's other people watching, so you're aware that somebody else is there taking in that stuff. And then you were trying to say like, I messed up, I messed up. I didn't hear you talk about how anybody else did anything, but all I ever heard from you was, I messed up, and I'm not
trying
trying
to
to
be
be
that
that
kind
kind
of
of person.
person. Yeah. Yeah.
And that really showed your character, to be honest with you. Because there's a lot of people who come on here for all kinds of reasons, and there's not very many people that admit when they messed up, for real. Or it takes a big person. I think that's that's how the expression goes. So that really showed your character, even though I didn't really know what was going on. And I bet I didn't see you accusing anybody. I didn't see any of that bullshit. I just saw you being hurt and saying, "Look, I was wrong. I'm not trying to be that kind of person." And that's the best anybody can ask. Period. And I don't even know how to
Know
know
the
the situation.
situation, see what kind of character you are. Yeah, they always see that. I mean, they always think that. That's how it goes when you have some kind of sense in your head because
Most people don't feel like they do have sense in their head.
but of course you're human. And just like with painting, you're gonna mess up a billion times in order to figure out how to do it right. So I don't know. You seem like evident that you're paying attention.
To whatever you're being taught in these situations. So I just don't I don't know. I have to really pull myself away from the idea of like that people are evil because like, people just do insane things when it comes to us because they want to see us not be like that, you know?
I just they say the craziest things, they do the craziest things, they act like friends and stab you. It's stupid. Yeah, you have to be wholesome for your son, but not perfect. Well, nobody can expect you to be perfect. Not really. The one you represent, sure.
You look at the only perfection I've ever known, then yeah, sure. And when it comes to the works, yeah, it's like a whole different standard. But yeah, no, we can't be perfect. Otherwise, we wouldn't really be real. But there's a lot of people who try to fake it. I'll tell you that. But I mean, that was one of the first epiphanies. That was one of the first like real heartbreaks. Is when I had amazing people in my life. I had people that knew
All
all
kinds of things about things I've been trying to learn. Um, oh boy.
I had things I was trying to learn and people that knew how to teach it. Dang, I just completely lost track of it. Yep, just fell out. Yep, it's gone.
So I drank with Mr. Patton, and then all emotions came out rushing.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I don't really drink a lot.
I mean, this thing, I don't really repress a lot from myself. It just comes flowing out, anyways.
But definitely when I'm drunk, I'll be a little bit louder. And some people just don't need that. I'm pretty quiet on here, and I'm pretty quiet nowadays in my life. Um, but yeah, I usually have like yeah, that's what happened. So you drank and then said something in the chat, and then that was it. Yeah, so kind of. I thought that really showed off your character, though. To tell you the truth. But I mean, people don't like strong. I hate to sound so cliche with it, but people really don't like strong women. Like girls get offended at people with real strength, not the fake kind of money, all that. They can toy with you all day, but when it comes to real God-given power, yeah, people get really irritated when that's in a woman. I don't mean to sound so sexist, but you guys definitely like you get a special level of hate and admiration from everybody. Especially when you're such a strong-willed person. So you're definitely not alone there. You actually remind me of a friend of mine I grew up with, um, like a lot. A native chick who actually isn't talking to me right now because she's got offended about something like a year and a half ago. But you know how life is. You draw in different places and go through different marriages. But one of my best friends, because honestly, like even if she didn't, even if we thought core different things, she always told me the truth. She always had my back, even when we didn't even look at God the same way. Like we didn't look at life the same way. But that girl had my back, so I will forever have her back. Yep, and strong, and that pisses people off. I came up with a very short but very strong woman who would work GE in the janitorial thing. But, you know, like janitors, you know, you draw in some rough cats to be janitors. So they had work release program and everything. And she was the boss lady all over all of them. And she'd have guys come in there straight out of prison. And it was just like respect. It was Miss Kaufman, you know, it was all respect. And cause she would return that respect, and man, nobody messed with her because she was always about that, you know. Yeah, you'll have that though. You'll have people get intimidated by strong women for sure, and especially when it comes to kids, everybody thinks they're right all the damn time, and none of us are really right, dude. You know what I mean? Like we all have different things that we're doing better, but we're all messing up still because we're all human. I think when you lose track of that, you lose track of the whole thing. All right, let's flip back to this here. See if I can get any more color out of this here brush. Soul coming out of a broken heart. I really like that idea of this right now. See if I can bring it into actuality. Yeah. Well, yeah, but there's like there's a certain level of you as a human that can never be there once you took up the cause, okay? Like there's a certain level of you that died that you didn't really want to be alive, you know? So at the same time, there's like, I want to see a human. Yeah, but God's trying to show himself off through you. So don't think nothing when they think that you're superhuman, whether out of love or admiration. Don't think nothing, but no, it's really the things that God's built in you that's showing. Because that's what I think is superhuman about you, honestly. You instruct him like I instruct my son, like God instructs me. Like, hey, do this. Hey, Brandon, here. Always pushing him. Yeah, for real. So that's what I really find admirable in you. That's why I've tried to draw you into my circle. It's because you do that. You don't just do that for him though. You show your godliness everywhere I've seen you since the first time I seen you. It's just written on you. So don't think that that's anything to worry about. It's just God showing Himself off through you. And don't quit. Oh goodness, don't quit. And don't believe Him. Don't get in the bed with the haters and do the same things they do. But no, we are a different kind of people. We're not after the same things. Man, I'm so excited. My roommate's going to ZZ Top concert. So heck yeah, housemate. Thank goodness we don't live in the same room. We're both kind of reclusey.
Both kind of just do our own thing. I don't really have anybody that I need to impress, and neither does she. So, but we don't. She doesn't go out to concerts a lot or anything, but I'm so excited for her. Yeah, she has such a blast, and she's got this awesome friend who we know that we've both known for years and years. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for her tonight.
This guy might actually take me a little bit more time than I originally thought, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to make like a dandelion kind of thing here, but we'll see.
It's gonna take going back there and getting the color right. What was the prompt again? Ooh, I can pin it on my phone here. I love you too. Thank you for coming in today, keeping me company. Thank you for guys that are watching and not saying anything. I hope that it's not because you're intimidated by the blue. Definitely no mod in here is trying to mute anybody. I've actually encouraged everybody to um I've encouraged everybody that's ever come in here to just let people run on. Broken Heart is the new. I'll watch a replay. Yes, you can do anything, Kevin. You're capable. Love the heartbroken with the new day coming out of the soul of the heart. There it is. Okay, it is pinned. Let me get my chat back on where it's supposed to be. I think it's pinned. Is it not pinned? It is not pinned. It is pinned? Yeah, it's pinned. It's just not showing up my. It's delayed. That's so weird though that the chat isn't delayed. We're smurfing. Yeah. So if you are watching this and you want to comment, but you're not really sure if you're gonna get muted for being dumb, you're probably not gonna get muted, but you might get told you're being dumb. Either which way, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. This is my friend Goals Are For You. Solid member of the YouTube community. She's got a small channel of her own where she supports her son. Pretty awesome. I've not had one thing that I've caught yet that I wasn't like just unable to switch away. Like that kid's so good, even though he's kind of new to guitar, but he's so good at that. Oh my god, he's so good. I've been playing so much longer, but he's got the idea. He knows how to read music. He's got a basic knowledge of what he's doing already. So yes, definitely worth a sub. Well, I still got everything moderated. And then at the end of this, I'm definitely gonna take everybody's bars again.
Just so I know that nobody's getting intimidated, and hope that I can get whoever whoever is being drawn here. Hope that I can be accommodating so they're not intimidated when they come in here. 'Cause that's really what I want. I really want to build a. I really want to be able to paint for people. And I'm really not too scared of like the level of trolling that's usually on YouTube is not too much different than anything else I've ever had. So not that big of a deal. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that the other day when I was in your live. Some people,
If you're a smaller creator and you only have like less than 20 people that regularly show up to your lives, you'll have certain people who are have been in YouTube for a while, and what they'll do is they'll take their spare phone and they'll put it on your channel, and so it racks up view time. Like yesterday when I was watching you, I was also painting, and then I was doing my son's homework with you on mute, because I wanted to help you rack up some view hours. So just so you know, like I'm guessing that's probably what's happening right now too, is people will just watch to help me um get view hours, so they'll put their extra spare phone, or they'll be busy and it'll be going in their pocket muted or whatever. So that could be part of why nobody's speaking up. I mean, in yours and in mine. What's up, Zay? Do I have a girlfriend? Uh, no, man, no. When I was divorced from Lacey, I was told who my queen was, first and last names, and I told her exactly what I was hearing, and it was confirmed. I was confirmed all kinds of ways, rainbows, conversations, whatever. But where she was then was really shallow, and so she just saw my disability and saw my money, and it was kind of like, yeah, you're cute, but you know, I need something else. And so she went to go try to find something else, and now she's like a completely different person. But I think I scared her with being so forward about things, and I don't really put myself out there like that. Most of the girls that were interested in me were interested because of money or because of status, and I just don't need that shit in my life. So I cut them out. I already had enough fake in relationships. But no, no, I've pretty much considered myself at God's mercy on that, and I've just been working to not be lustful, not be thinking of girls in a way, but just get myself ready for whatever He's got next. But I am technically not married. Thank you, man. I sure hope so. I'm really trying to work on myself, so when He does see fit that it's time, that it'll be time, because I just spent so much time in an abusive relationship that it just feels like wasted time outside of having my kid. That I just don't want to go through that again. I don't really want to mess around with it. I'm not really trying to have a girlfriend. I'm not in middle school. Like, I'm trying to get a wife, dude. And if she's not queen, then it's not gonna work. And queen means that we could be in the freaking car. Like, we just gotta be happy with each other. So I've had a couple of, like, I've gone on a couple of dates and stuff like this, but I just don't want the same thing that a lot of people want. And a lot of my stories too, I think, freak people out. And so I've mostly concentrated that energy into ministering or into helping anybody I can, regardless of what sex or age or any of that shit. I just don't care. And then get myself cleaned up for because I don't believe that God's leaving me alone for no reason. Like I can't believe that. And when I've asked about that girl, I've got the sons that I was asking for, even as much as like a month ago. I'm like, if this is really still what you want, then may I see her sister? And then I pulled in like right around the corner, and there was her sister, who I'd never see like ever. Or I said, is this real? And then I saw a childhood love who never comes to my town. You know what I mean? I'm being seasoned. Right? I just want to live. Me and my housemate, we have such a good relationship because we just have each other's back. We don't There's nothing to prove. We can get through anything because we just enjoy being around each other. We just enjoy, like, we feel safer for each other. Like, that's what you're supposed to have in a marriage. So it's like, if I'm getting this in prequels of awesome friends, and of course my housemate. If I'm getting this as like a prequel, then boy, whoever's coming to me is gonna be a step above. What's up, Jordan? Goals: take Kevin out on a date. No, we're in different places in life and in the country. Aw. We have to do a split screen, mom. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just not really about all that cutesy shit. But I absolutely do have a lot of respect for real family members. Hence why a lot of you guys are here. Man, I better get concentrated. I've been talking my head off. I haven't even started in on no neon colors. haven't even got to play with these yet. Ooh, these are could be awesome, could suck. I just don't know. I've not ever used them. Essential, just the Walmart variety. With me, because I'm novice, it's not really worth going out and spending a whole bunch of money on like brushes and paints and stuff. The quality is pretty much the same. Sometimes you'll have a little more water in the paint, or the color will come out a little bit smoother with the expensive paint, but it's not really worth the money to me. If I was better, then it might be, but I'm in Indiana. Oh yeah. I've been meeting all kinds of people in New York. I'm thinking I might have to take me a summer trip to New York. I might have to. Herkimer is just calling for me. I don't think I'll ever forget that one. I don't think I'll ever forget that place. Ooh, that was a lot of hot pink. Eek. Oh, it's translucent. This is also pretty much the same color that I have glow in the dark of. So this might take a couple layers. Doesn't really stand on top of the paint. New Jersey, nice. I sure don't mind Indiana. I mean, I used to hate it. Like I used to just want to go traveling all the time. I just wanted to leave all the time. Yeah, I just wanted to leave all the time. But then I mean, I always just felt like there was reason that I was here, and now I'm in this part of my life, and I'm like, duh, I'm here. Like it would be so much worse on me if I was somewhere else. I'm close enough to all my family, and I mean, everywhere you go, there you are. So there's not like I'm not gonna pull a different part out of me to be in California or something. But if I had a choice, I would definitely be in California. But would I be willing to do the amount of work I'd have to do to pay the rent? You know, maybe not. But no, I like this. I like Indiana a lot. It's very special part of the country, tectonically speaking, culturally speaking. Yeah, very special part of the country with its own lore. I mean, it was one of the last places of the North that had major battles with the natives. It was one of the last places of the North that it was actually more southern than a lot of places in the North. They wanted to secede fully. There was active slavery, and at the same time, just over the hill, literally, you would have underground railroad stuff, diners that had fixed out basements, just all kinds of really amazing things, just right on top of the most evil this country's ever done. So yeah, I've kind of fallen in love with my state a little bit, but it's pretty backwards. I mean, we don't have anything legalized, and I have a very real medical condition. So if I was in any other state, it would not be illegal for me to not be in pain. But so I've kind of risked my whole life over and over and over, risked my whole safety and everything to get medicine that I should be having just because of the state I'm in. But it's a very unique place. If you ever do get a chance, it's worth seeing. I mean, for being such a small state, one part is like completely flat, and then there's down south. There's even a ski resort down right by the border where it's that hilly down there, and minerals. We've got geodes and chronoids coming out of the ground. A lot of places, maybe not most places. Chronoids are cool. Indian beads. I don't know if y'all know, but mostly as far as culture goes, I think people just like raise their families here. That's about it. And there's a whole lot of Dollar General towns, you know. Yeah, that stuff's gonna take more than one layer. Oh, I would go to a museum. Jazz vibes, dig it.
Zay just gives me crap all the time. By the way, goals. That's what he does. That's what he thinks is funny. But that old boy's got my back, so he makes me laugh. So his channel also is pretty awesome. He does rap music, and his style is ever. I mean, not like Joe G's rap is like on fast forward. Like you can watch one live and go back to the next live, and his style has changed up and everything. And it's not like that. Zay's real solid and is really good at what he does, and has a whole team around him. He's really good at networking, and just a solid brother on here. He's had my back a lot.
He's really good at engaging with people. I need to get. Why are you mad at Joe G? Yeah, I need to get better at engaging with people. What did Joe G do? That's my boy. I found him. He was I just like opened up onto him. And he was spitting for a while, like an hour before he talked to the chat, and he was like shivering, holding himself. I was like, what the heck is this dude's thing? But and it wasn't like the most amazing freestyles. Yeah,
He is. He. It sounds like he's going through a lot of personal shit right now, trying to figure out where he's at and getting a job that's worth the shit right up that alley. But it looks like he's getting gigs every other day. I mean, that's not too bad. He's putting in the footwork. It's just all it is with the musical career, especially if you don't have that first level up like kind of thing you're doing for your son. If you don't have that, then it's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time.
yeah, yeah. But
I just think the world of him because yeah, he was out in the storm, in a winter storm that came through here and left me snowed in for a week. He was in Cincinnati, so he was not too far from here. Really, it's only like 4 hours, I think. And that same snowstorm hit him, and he was outside for half of his life, and then he went inside, and he actually spit for 6 hours that night, and frostbite. And so from that moment on, I was like, I'm tuning in every time he comes on. I don't care. I don't care. Like I love hip hop, and I don't want to see it misrepresented. And some of those spits are like, okay, but it's all coming straight from his head. He's not making any of it up. He tries not to repeat himself. He really tries to push himself, which that's what I personally I'm coming in there for, is to help focus that, because whatever's in there is definitely awesome. Yeah. If he was close, I'll drag him here and feed him. Yeah. I don't think he is. I think he's in South Carolina though. But so he might be closer to you than he is to me. Yeah, I really like Georgie. I was kind of surprised when you came in there actually. Well, because I had some other stuff going on for
Like a couple days. And then my YouTube was messing up, and I couldn't it wasn't linking me, it wasn't like
sending me notifications or telling me when anybody was on, so I had to physically look stuff up for a couple weeks. Well, I came back to his live after not being in there, after going through really hectic stuff and getting all the mods trained to do their job and everything. And then you were in there doing the mod work.
it was awesome. And I was not expecting it at all. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, dude, Georgie's a good one, and he's always taking corrections. Like I've asked him different things about YouTube, and well, I don't know, I've just been trying to help any way I can with him, and he's always on it.
You can get a hold of him on IG, by the way. He's really real. Where is Taylor? I don't know. I have a comment on one of his shorts, but I hit him on IG. I think I don't know. I just have to hope it's something normal. Like one of his regulars said he was probably taking a break.
So it could be that. It could be like he broke a phone. I kind of think that might be it. Or maybe he's starting over with a new profile. But you would think he would look us up. I don't know. He just got under a ring of shows too. He just got a contract. So he could just be concentrating on that, getting his next album lined up.
Let's just hope for the best, huh?
Oh,
Taylor is Taylor 444, I think is his tag.
and it's a friend of ours from the Twins group, and he just fell off like 9 day, 10, almost 2 weeks now. He just stopped going live, and he was going live like every day, just hanging out with everybody, showing us the process of recording. And took us to work one day, he was really trying to build his channel, and then
He just stopped going live. We've all been kind of wondering. Oh, Zay is in somewhere New York. I don't know.
and his gang, Tachi and Jiggy Man, and all these are his group, his people.
Should I make?
Because I'm talking so much. That's okay. So comes a point in every painting that I just had to sit back and watch it dry and not risk messing it up more.
Then as things hit me, I just throw them on the canvas. How long have I been on? 2 hours? Dang, that went by quick. And my phone is on 19%. Okay, I can deal with that. 2 hours? Wow. What? Behind me?
Huh.
So, I just got to be chill. Oh, behind me, like on the wall? Oh, that's my Rasta flag. And you did a whole art piece?
Not quite yet. I've kind of got the sketches of each one, but this is off of yours. It's just like it's still missing a little bit, so I start from the darker, and I have to dry a lot more before I can put the neon light in it and it have a real pop. You see how that, yeah. So I'm gonna get just to get that flower head just right.
And then this is set up. I'm gonna put somebody's legs coming out of the tire swing. Kind of one of those remember the good days pieces. Put some clouds in the background. I really have no idea on this one. Thank you, Zay.
Thank you, Zay. And peace. I'm not sure. Sometimes I just kind of go with it.
So yeah, I started my pirate face there. This is one that I was working on live before. I think I had to delete the live though because I got a copyright infringement, but copyright note. It wasn't like they took down one. They took down the one that had this painting, and then they flagged the other one. This is guy fishing. I don't really feel like it's all the way down, but it's pretty close.
And then the old pirate ship. Likely gonna end up going to KMR. Part of the reason why I got the neon colors. So yeah, not done, but closer.
Really? I can listen to classical and they won't copyright? I didn't know that. You can also
I have to remember the terms again.
I got to look it up on my iPad.
Then I won't be able to see the chat so easy. But royalty free beats, royalty free music, sound effects, royalty free. That's the word.
don't know if this stuff is blacklight reflectant. No, it's just neon. But this is pretty much the same colors that the glow in the dark stuff comes in. So if you did a painting with this and you used this on the very tips and did a couple of the very high points or whatever it is in your painting, and then did a couple layers to get this color to come on real strong, you go right behind it with glow in the dark paint on the very top layer. That would be pretty cool. I think I might do that one on this one. All the glow in the dark paint I ever found doesn't show up any color but glow in the dark color. So even though it'd be red paint, it'll show up as um just like glow in the dark star or something. It's all that same white color. It's all I've ever played with it. But maybe I'm not putting it on deep thick enough or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna probably call it pretty soon and come back. So I'm getting a little agitable with myself. And I have to go to the bathroom. I could just do Rihanna though. I could just tuck the phone down and go in there and pee, but mute it. At least that would be better. See people, they don't even mute it. They're like, oh, let me take you in the bathroom. It's like that awkward. Like, what do you do right now? No, I think that's so much worse than going and pee with somebody on the phone and going and peeing with your live stream. But I've seen it, man. I've seen it. Easy enough, I guess, to do. Oh, if you haven't checked out Rihanna. Hi, Snapback. Welcome, welcome. I'm just kind of messing around today, but it's nice to see you. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna go to Nisha's live. If you guys haven't subbed up to my friend Nisha, she's from London. She's from somewhere UK for sure, but I think it might have been London. I don't really ask questions like that, but she's awesome. She's newer to the faith, so I think she says she's almost close to a year now. And she's been a really good friend to me. She's been really supportive in all kinds of places on YouTube. She's really had my back, so I definitely try to tune in every single time I can catch her live. Um, I've been watching your stuff too, Snapback, but I just don't a lot of times say anything. I just walk through and like the live, and then I'll come back and listen to you talk. Snapback does YouTube coaching. She kind of gives you a run through of different things about YouTube, um, different things about liberty or walking with God. Um, Solid lady. Testimony is amazing. She's been through some crap like we all have. I think that's how God makes the real special ones, you know? Just gotta walk through hell before you can find the reason that you need heaven. You feel me? So thank you for all your contributions into this thing. Just so you know, I'll probably be unmodding my channel. Not probably. I already have started. I actually put it put everybody as mods on this particular live because I wanted them to sub up to goals are for you. This sister's got a small page where her son plays a piano, violin, and guitar, and he's awesome. So definitely, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Every time I've seen him come on, he's very professional. He's a youngin, but he's so good. Man, he's so good. So, and thank you for building your community, Snapback. Thank you for allowing me, honestly, always being so good to me. Yeah, you're right, Gus. Don't really feel like there's much to do to impress, you know? I don't really have to impress you. Just like, I know that lady's got my back. I love it. Oh, Shelly. I'm sorry. I always just call people their profile names, except in British girls' case. Yeah, I know you do. It's very obvious. Thank you. I want to see you win too, man. If you ever had anything that you needed my help with, or if it's a YouTube thing or whatever it is, you just yell at me. Just leave a comment on my any of my videos, or if you're on IG or whatever, it's you have something pre-planned and none of your mods are available, or whatever it is, lady, you just let me know. Do 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 do. I've been subbed since like near Christmas. It's kind of wild. Thank y'all for having my back. It really means everything to me.
Say YouTube. Yeah, y'all definitely pull the best out of me for sure. So I think this might be where I'll leave it. Let's check my time again. Be sure that I don't miss her live. Yeah. So goals, be looking for this one. I'll work on this one tonight a little bit more and keep working on this idea, and then I'll come back to this live for the prompt. What was the prompt? I don't know why it doesn't show up on my. Oh, I see it. It's at the top of my iPad. So I had a heart broken with a new day coming out of the soul of the heart. I like it. I actually don't like it in this state, but this is very rough. It will be fixed. All right, so I'll put that in work in. It's just starting out. This is kind of just screwing around today. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I'm gonna sweep through. If you guys got all modded up where you wanted to be, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep through and knock off some wrenches real quick. Yep. And I'll see you guys later. And again, I'm just doing this so that people aren't intimidated, so they feel free to come in and comment. And as soon as the couple people that I feel like I'm doing this for, um, are brought in, then I'm probably gonna remod my entire channel because I really like being able to click through to everybody's stuff. And I'm half using this as a tool for networking. But so yeah, I'm just looking at the screen, knocking all my moderators out. And I'm gonna jump off here. Man, I really do have some amazing people that back me. Thank you guys so much. I really don't have words for that. Like, I get the coolest people in here. This is definitely a blessing. This is not just like something that I'm making. This is definitely being built around me, and it is absolutely beautiful. All right. Oh, I had them. Okay. Yeah, I had the twins as a big mod. I didn't mean to. That's why I haven't ever heard from them on any of my shorts. What's up, nobody? Tonight, Carlos. You are gorgeous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Shelly, right? Sheila? Shelly. Yes, okay. What'd you do? Oh, nothing. Thank you for coming through too, nobody. You're awesome, dude. Hope you're having a good day out here. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. Oh, you mean because you're not moderator? No, nothing. I'm knocking all moderators off the channel so people will speak up. So I'm not gonna have one wrench on the channel by the time I'm done. Just so people will speak up, because with me they get intimidated and then I'm only getting like 5 views. Why you? I mean, if it really bugs you, you don't ever abuse it or nothing. I'll put you tell everybody because it means a lot to you to be a moderator. Nobody for real. Okay. I have you as moderator. You're awesome. And I'll see y'all next time. Maybe later on tonight. Not really sure.
But definitely my regular days are gonna be Saturday and Wednesday nights from 9 to 12. That's what I'm setting. So I'm gonna try to stick on to close as I can. So I'll update you as I go back on. Yeah, nobody keep it up out there, bro. Peace, man. Y'all keep praying.